All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessings and salutation to the whole flick out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rakakwadash, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful leg, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith. Thank you, how about Shema Shah. Alright, and what I want to get Shalaki, and what I want to get into with this lesson, is we own something else, man. We are on to something else. Alright, and this is a lesson inspired, by some reading I was doing in the GNT. And you look at how, our forefathers, when the Lord had commanded them to move in a particular way, they completely left, the world that they knew behind and began to embark on the mission and the assignment of Yahweh Bashem Al Shah. And that's the position we find ourselves in, man. We had our, ambition in this world. We had our cares in this world. We had our expectations, our goals, things that we was, trying to accomplish in this world. And, we had certain agendas in this world, but as we embark on the assignment of Yahweh Bashem Al Shai given to us by our power, we begin to move on to something else. We began to leave, all right, well, the ambition of this world that we had in this world, it dies. The ambition that we had in this world, it dies off, man. The goals, the agendas, the things, the scriptures say we become less and Yahweh Shah increases, man. Our life becomes more about what Yahweh Shah wants, man. His itinerary, his agenda. Okay? We begin to orbit around Yahweh Shah. Okay? As we mature in the faith, man, as we grow in understanding, the Lord increases us, in our office, man, we begin to orbit around Yahweh Shah. Okay? And when you go into Hebrews 11:7, all right, this is GNT. Hebrews 11:7 in GNT. It says, it said, it was faith that made Noah hear the Most High's warning about things in the future that he could not see. You see? And it was things that he couldn't see. Noah couldn't see the flood. He was just warned about it. Okay? And he moved according to that warning. Just like we can't see the nuclear destruction, but we've been warned about it. You see? And we move according to that warning. Okay? And it says, it was faith that made Noah hear the Most High's warning about the future things that he could not see. He obeyed the Most High and built a boat which he and his family were saved as a result. The world was condemned and Noah received from the Most High the righteousness that comes by faith, man. Okay? So Noah, by being warned, would say he moved with fear and began to build. Okay? As we've been warned, we move with fear, then we begin to build. Because he was building the boat based on what was coming. You see? We began to build, okay, in the ministry based on what's coming. We began to change our interests from this world to the world to come based on what we've been told was coming, man. Okay? And see, us building and people watching us build and not joining us build, that's condemning them, man. Just like during the time of Noah, it was other sons of God during the time of Noah. Okay? But did they help Noah build? No, they kept doing what they were doing. Say in the days of Noah, they were drinking, marrying, partying, kicking it. Okay? They wasn't moved with fear like Noah. Okay? They were still on the current. Noah was on to something else. You see? And we become like Noah, we on to something else, man. That's why the things of this world don't move us anymore. We're dead to a lot of things and concepts and ideas of this world. Now we dead to that, man. We're gone. Ain't no going back to that, man. Build what here? Nothing. Okay? Everything we doing now is building for the world to come. You see? So, reading on, and it says, verse 8, it says, it was faith that made Abraham obey when the Most High called him to go out to a country which the Most High had promised to give him. He left his own country without knowing where he was going. He left his own country not knowing where he was going. You know, Abraham had an inheritance that he left, you know, but he believed in the inheritance of the Most High. He valued the inheritance that was promised by the Most High more. You see? He had that an inheritance, of course, from his father's house, but he left that inheritance, man. He went into the unknown. You see, we don't know exactly how we're going to eat in Jacob trouble, man, but we keep building towards the world to come. We keep teaching the world to come. Okay? We don't know exactly, you know, how we're going to get through, you know, the civil unrest and these particular things, man. But we continue to preach the world to come because we know that he is. We don't got to know the particulars. All we need to know is he is. We know certain things are coming. We got certain details, you know, certain prophecy, man. But the exact how, we don't need to know how. We know that he is, man. That's the how. He is. Okay? That's the how going forward, and that's faith. And the Lord's going to reward that faith, you know, in these times to come. You see, and that faith is going to be rewarded forever. You see? It says, by faith, he lived as a foreigner in the country that the Most High has promised him. He lived in tents as did Isaac and Jacob, who received the same promise from the Most High. And we are descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And we have the same promises that was promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Man, we are the descendants of the promise. We grew into an inheritance, man. And what activates that inheritance is faith, man. You know? And it takes faith to move on from a current world that's operating. All right? To start building towards a world that hasn't come yet, an age that hasn't come yet, man. That takes faith, man. You see? And only a remnant is built to do that. Okay? To start transitioning from a functioning world where we have particular roles and obligations, which we still got to handle these obligations, man. But that doesn't become priority anymore. Priority is building for the world to come. That's priority now. That's top priority. You see? It said, verse 10, for Abraham was waiting for the city which the Most High has designed and built the city with permanent foundations, man, because in the kingdom, man, like I say, we went into it, like even the infrastructure gonna be different, man. It's gonna be meant to last forever, man. Everything here is meant to decay. You know, everything here is meant, you know, to corrupt. Okay? No, man, the Lord's finna put us into something permanent, man. He's finna put us in a permanent situation, man, forever, everlasting, man. Okay? Everything that we can build here, all right, is going to be destroyed, man. You know, everything that we build here is going to be destroyed, man. The only thing that matters is what we're building in Yahushua. If we're building something that's not in Yahushua, it's going to be destroyed. Okay? It's going to be turned to dust on this side, man. From careers to possessions to certain people, it's going to be turned to dust, man. Okay? We're not here to build any goddamn thing, man. We're here to build for Yahushua, man. We're servants of Yahushua, man. We serve the King, man. We serve Yahushua. Okay? That's what we do now, man. You know, and it takes us maturing to that point. You know, and constantly maturing and understanding more and more what's required of us, man. You know? But we on something else, man. This is played out, man. You got niggas trying to be on podcasts. Niggas want to do reality shows. Niggas still want to be YouTube celebrities. Niggas want to rap. Niggas want to, you know, be scrapping. Nah, man. Okay? Nah, man, we on to something else, man. Hey, y'all can have it. That's the spirit of the prophecy. Look, y'all can have it, man. You know, the Lord finna build us something permanent, man. An everlasting rulership, everlasting infrastructure, okay, everlasting power, everlasting bodies. Okay, that's what we on, man. This world don't offer nothing like that, man. The exact opposite, man. Okay, so let's go from there. Let's get this in let's get this in Philippians. This is the book of Philippians, chapter 3, verse 13, and we'll read verse 15. This is in the GNT as well, Philippians 3 and 13 in the GNT. It says, of course, my friends, I really do not think that I have already won it. The one thing I do, however, is to forget what is behind me and do my best to reach what is ahead. You see, forgetting ain't nothing behind us to go back to. No, if it's behind us, it's behind us for a reason. You see, nothing left for this world to go back to, man. Nothing that will even begin to make sense to go back to into this world, man. Okay, we're reaching ahead now. Every move we make is for us to be closer to our power, for us to be in better standings with our power, man. Okay, to remove us far from, because we're moving away from something. This old world, this old man. Okay, we're moving away from that and moving closer to something else, man. So every move is a move going forward to what's to come, man. You see, and getting further away from what's behind us, man. Verse 14, so I run straight toward the goal in order to win the prize, which is the Most High's call through Yahweh Shai to the life above, man. There's an above way of existing that we're finna come into, man. We finna exist in a whole different reality, man. You gotta really think about that, man. We finna exist in a whole new reality, man. Okay? That's the life that's what we're pursuing. That's what we're moving towards, man. An above way of existing, man. This is a very low frequency, this society, man. You know, this is a low level, man. This is the lowest people have ever been, man. People are less skillful, less intellectual, you know, it's terrible, man. The basics, man. This is a society that people don't even know the basics, man. Okay, and are proud, man. Nah, man, it's time to elevate beyond this shit here, man. You know, going backwards, all you can do is demote yourself, man. Going back into anything into this world, man. You see? Verse 15 says, all of us who are spiritually mature should have this same attitude. But if some of you do have different attitude, the Most High will make this clear. However they may be, let us go forward according to the same rules which we have followed until now, man. So we moving forward. Ain't no going backwards in this, man. This train ain't got no reverse, man. And the train ain't got no brakes. You know, we at the point now, man, hey, we can't pump the brakes, man. We full steam ahead. You know, hey, the kingdom is at hand, man. You know, Yahweh Shai is at hand to come. Okay, so when you go here, that's why we can end it here in 2nd Esdras, 2nd Esdras 14, starting at 13. The 2nd Esdras 14 and 13, the GNT as well. It says, so set your house in order, warn your people, comfort those who are humble, and teach those who are wise. Then say goodbye to this mortal life, man. Goodbye to a mortal life. The thoughts that come with this mortal life, man. You know, stressing out over these little moments that don't mean nothing. Or this little time that don't mean nothing, man. There's mortal thoughts. Okay, trying to establish things on this side. There's mortal thoughts, man. If we're pardoned by Yahweh Shai during this judgment, man, we good. Okay, we ain't started yet. You see, we haven't even started yet. This little mortal life we live in, man, we haven't even started yet, man. That's why the only thing that matters is what we do for Yahweh Shai, man. None of these other things are going to matter. Okay? Verse 14 said, put earthly cares away from you. Throw down your human burdens and lay aside your weak human nature. Okay? Lay aside that weak human nature, man. And the Lord is purging that weak human nature that's in us, man. You know? The Lord is causing things to happen, man, to purge out that little weakness, that human nature we got in us, you know, to try to, you know, and it goes into that, those mortal thoughts. You know, so obsessed with the right now. Damn, you missed that. You're not here for this. You don't have time for that. And, you know, is this person disappointed in you? And this person, damn all that, man. Okay, man, you disappointed. Okay, nigga, goddamn. You feel some type of way. Okay, nigga. And to be concerned with that, that's a weak thought. And the Lord is extrapolating all those weak thoughts from us. Like, don't think like that, man. Damn that. Damn these little moments in time. Damn, you know, the cares of this world, man. The cares of this life, man. Okay? Yahweh Shai, like, I'm finna come and erase all this shit, man. I'm finna set up something new. And we focus on what Yahweh Shai is getting ready to establish, man. Now, we still handle our business, man. Okay, of course, you know to pay the bills and do what you gotta do, man. Handle your overhead and your obligations, whatever you got. Okay? We know to do that, man. But see, that's not the priority. That's not the end game. We don't get entangled in these things, man. We do what we got to do and keep it moving. Okay, it says you have seen many evil things already, but far worse things are about to happen. Okay, so we're getting ready to see far worse, man. Okay, people don't understand how bad it's finna get, and our mind has to be rooted. As things get bad, we're gonna have to be rooted. We're gonna have to keep the faith in the midst of the chaos, in the midst of the tribulation, man. And that's another thing. These things finna elevate before we're delivered, man. We gotta go through these things, man. We gotta believe. That's why we gotta be rooted. This is the time to get rooted and don't care about nothing here, man. Because we're finna witness this world, this age get erased right before our eyes, man. So we can't care about it, man. You know. So yeah, man, I'll leave it there. Just wanted to tap in, Lord will, you brothers, and you few sisters edified. Till the next time I say Shalom, Yashala, Abba, Shalom.